The trial of Shalin Altus has come to a dramatic conclusion in Okanagan County, Washington. Convicted of first-degree premeditated murder and multiple related charges, Altus was sentenced to 38 years and 4 months in prison for the killing of her uncle, Patrick Altus. The crime, which occurred nearly 2 years ago, involved Altus and another teenager, Parker Bachtold, who previously pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 30 years. This case has been a complex legal battle with conflicting testimonies and questions surrounding Altus' role in the crime. She maintains that she did not participate in the murder but fled in fear, while prosecutors argue that her actions implicate her as an accomplice. In court, details emerged about her difficult past and the events leading up to the tragic night. As we delve into the story, we'll explore the circumstances surrounding the crime, the courtroom arguments, and the final verdict that sealed her fate. Stay tuned as we uncover the details behind this chilling case.
Content warning. This interview contains discussions of sexual abuse and other sensitive topics that may be distressing to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. If you or someone you know has experienced abuse and needs support, please consider reaching out to a trusted resource or professional for help.
My name's Shailen Altus. Today I'd like to talk about my childhood, being raised up with my uncle and my mom. I was Virginia to my uncle when I was 10 years old. He constantly brought me to his house. My uncle, I thought, loved me in a way that was normal, but I soon found out as I grew older that it was not normal. He took my virginity when I was 10. He would touch me, love for him, because I was his sister. He wasn't the first man to touch me. My mom, she showed me what men would do to me. As I grew older, she would sell me to older men for drugs and things so that we would live in hotels. I was in a relationship with an older man when I was 13 his name was Christopher Osborne, would give us his checks and stuff and make sure that we had a roof over our heads in order for me to be with him. What loved me because he took good care of me, I thought, in a way that was romantic, and I believed that we could spend the rest of our lives together. His kid, he would always come and pick me up from school. He never hesitated. I had to sleep with him. He became my biggest supporter, but in a way that was dysfunctional. I didn't know for sure if my mom knew. I mean, she knew that I was sleeping with older men, and she showed me what men would do to me, but I didn't know where to turn to once I hit 16, see pictures of this kid. My mom gave me up to CPS when I was 16 years old. We lived together. I had a good house that I was staying at, and she decided that she did not want me anymore, so she gave me up, and they took me to a CRC house, and there was a man there who told me that they were sending me to California. I didn't want to go to California because it was far away from everything that I knew. So I ran away from the CRC house and went and lived with my supposed to be boyfriend in his trailer for 3 days. And my uncle was looking for me, and he was looking for me. I called him, and he came to pick me up. Had his kids with him, was telling me that I was going to come live with him because I had no contact order with my friend. He became CPS, didn't know about the child pornography pictures at that time because he had been in trouble for them in the beginning. It wasn't brought up recently to get involved again once I went and lived with my uncle, trying to take me away from him, and that was his biggest fear, is they were going to take me away from him, and I would not. My sister, the way I met my co-defendant was my sister ran away from the same CRC house, picked her up, and Parker ended up being with, taking him to his parents' house, which was in Oregon. Me and my uncle, and me and my uncle sharing a room when Parker came to live with us, because he did not want Parker to know that we were together in the room, so that I could be as close to him as possible, because we were supposed to be a couple for that few months. My sister ended up going to live with her boyfriend. It was just me, Patrick, and Parker, very jealous of each other, liking me a lot, and I decided I wanted to try to be with someone my own age, to talk to Patrick about not being together anymore, because he would sometimes become very physically abusive and hit me and smack me around. I just didn't tell him completely 100% that I was with him. So one day I went to come into the bathroom when I was getting ready for school, and he started touching me. And this is the night that everything happened. And he started touching me, and he wanted to have sex. So I just let him do what he wanted because I didn't want to get hit no more. And he told me I deserved this and that he loved me and that he wanted to spend the rest of my life with me, and we were going to get our kids back so that we could be together. So after that all happened, I went to school. When I showered, I went to school. I was really upset because when I came home, I was in the spare bedroom cleaning up of AJ and Sam. My uncle always told me that they were just pictures of medical issues that the kids had, but they were actually pictures of him with his fingers inside the kids and with his hands all over them. Stewed on it all night. I go to sleep, and my uncle came into AJ's room, which was the room I was staying in, and he grabbed me and told me that he wanted me to come out to the living room. He had been drinking, and so I was sitting with him, and he started kissing on me, and I pushed him away and told him I did not want to. And I told him that I think that it was really messed up that he had child pornography pictures of his kids. But I didn't say child pornography pictures because I was really upset, and I really didn't with the child pornography pictures. But I do know that he previously been in trouble for them, just assuming the worst. Ouch. And I started yelling at him.
You have 1 minute left.
So Patrick pulled me onto the couch, and he was on top of me, and he started to smack me, and I told him I didn't want to do this anymore. And I started to cry. And when he grabbed my shirt and it ripped, I was trying to get away from him because he had a hold of my arm, and he grabbed me by my throat and started choking me on the couch when he pulled me back. I begged him to stop. I was smacking him. I was pushing him, but he wouldn't stop. He just kept telling me he was going to hurt me. And for telling him no, for the child pornography pictures, for not wanting to be with him anymore. Like, he kept telling me he didn't understand why I didn't want him anymore. And when I finally got away, Patrick was saying he was going to kill me. And so I picked up a gun, and I pointed at him, and I begged him to stop. I told him to free me, to stop trying to touch me, to stop everything, just to leave me alone and let me go. And instead of doing that, he reached for the gun, and it went off. I don't remember pulling the trigger. I don't remember intending to hurt him. Like, I just meant to scare him, to make him stop hurting me. I begged him, like, I don't even know, because it seemed like it was, and Patrick was screaming that he was going to kill me still, and that I fucking shot him, and that I was a dumb bitch because I didn't know what was going to happen. And that's when my co-defendant, Parker Bachtold, came in. And Patrick was saying he was going to kill me, he was going to shoot me, and that he was going to make me pay for this. And I had the gun, a shotgun, and standing by the couch and kind of away from the kitchen, and I had the gun aimed at him, telling him to stop, just to leave me alone. And when I heard the shot, Patrick was laying on the... We didn't know what to do. We didn't have anyone to turn to. I had no contact photos like that. My mom didn't want me. I didn't know where else to turn to. I've never been in trouble before. To get away, because it was all my fault. We took our stuff and we left, and we went to Parker's parents' house in Oregon, and his parents were aware of his mom a little bit, and his stepmother about what happened a little bit. We stayed in this hotel room and scared, like, that was his brother. Who's going to believe me? Like, who's going to believe that a 16-year-old kid nobody's going to believe someone who's 16 over a firefighter, you know? So I just felt so alone, and all I wanted to do was, instead of doing that, the cops came and got us a week from the day that Patrick passed away. End up not telling the truth to the fullest extent because we were 16 and we were scared. I was scared, and now I just want the truth to come out, and I just want to talk about everything, relationship with my uncle. I did tell my lawyers multiple times. My first lawyer said it was irrelevant to our case because I didn't admit to it when I was 16. But how do you admit to two grown men in a small room that you're being molested by your uncle and you're the reason he died? Like, I need to take responsibility for my side now, and that I do deserve some prison time. What's a reasonable extension? I didn't think I would get 30 years. I've never lived 30 years, so I don't even know what that means. You deserve some time. I can advocate for those who go through the same thing, that I didn't realize that just telling the truth would help. Does hear my story and takes it and comes out with their own story and really opens up about their past and can realize that there's more to getting help than just taking life, so that someone doesn't end up like I did. Yeah, that's my story.
Now, do you mind if anybody contacts you through Securus?
No, not at all. I would love for people to contact me.
Okay, we'll put your contact information in at the end. And you said you felt that the sentence was too long?
Yeah, but I know that I deserve time.
Okay, so you do admit that you did something wrong, that you did commit a crime, and that you do deserve to be in prison. You just feel that you don't deserve 30 years, correct?
Right.
Okay, so you're not looking for people to say you're an innocent victim and you don't deserve to be in prison. You're just looking for just time for the crime that was committed. Okay.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Not that I can think of right now. This is a lot.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing that story. I know it took a lot, and I feel bad that you had to go through all of that. And hopefully your message will get out there and will help other people, because it would be nice for people to reach out to people that they trust. And I think one of the big problems that you had is that you felt that nobody was going to believe you. And when teenagers go through some traumatic experience like what you did, they need to understand that people do believe them, and that it's not wrong to speak the truth.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You're right.